Okay, so I figured while I'm feeding and burping the baby and I have my hands full, I can't work on my laptop. This is the best use of my time, is just the only thing I can do is talk. So the number one thing I heard from people when they found out that the baby was coming soon, number one piece of advice from parents was make sure you're sleeping, make sure you get your sleep before the baby comes. And I thought, okay, they mean my lifestyle is gonna change. I'm not gonna have as much time, so I just need to make sure I stock up on sleep and be ready to be tired. But the sleep deprivation that you go through when the baby comes, like while you're at the hospital and through that whole process, is like legendary. I can't even describe it to you. It felt like torture. My wife and I were both like at the end of our wit, like the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life. Nurses are coming in your room every hour to 2 hours, doing tests on the baby, doing tests on baby mama, and I'm just in there for emotional support, but doing everything I can. My wife's feet are swollen, so I'm rubbing her feet. I'm taking the baby when I can. Trying to be vocal and speaking up for my wife. Just all this, plus the stress of having a new baby and learning everything, trying to soak up all this information. When a night nurse comes in with some new information and telling me things at 4 a.m., it's really hard to focus. You get packets and you have to sign this and sign that. It's ridiculous. So when parents are telling you that you need to sleep or that get ready for the sleep deprivation, there's nothing you can really do but just brace yourself that there's a huge mental load from not sleeping at all. For our situation, my wife was in labor for 75 hours, so I feel like I have most people topped, but I'm sure there's some horror stories. If you have any stories about sleep deprivation or the big impacts of having a baby and how that experience was for you, leave it in the comments and I'll try to respond to people if there's something that's interesting or something that I also went through.